Hi, my name is Amisha Patel. I volunteered in La Ceiba, Honduras from February 13th, 2017 to February 24th, 2017. I volunteered at the clinic and the hospital here in La Ceiba. The local abroad review coordinator and his family were incredibly supportive during my transition to Honduras and throughout my 2 weeks here. Rafael, the abroad review coordinator, tried as best as he could to take me to the hospital every morning and pick me up in the afternoon. He even came with me inside every time I switched to a new hospital to introduce me to the physicians and the nurses that I would mostly be working with. He answered all the questions I had in regards to my volunteer work and also general questions I had about Honduras, touring the country, and advised me on unsafe places to avoid. Overall, I felt very well transitioned, and I'm thankful for the support I received down here, especially as someone who doesn't speak Spanish fluently. He made it very easy for me to adjust and adapt to the culture. The most surprising thing that I experienced was the poverty level of so many people that live out here in Honduras. I mean, I came here knowing that I was volunteering in a developing nation. However, I was totally shocked that a big city such as La Ceiba doesn't even have a cardiac cath lab or a stroke unit. Today I also learned that in the entire country of Honduras there's only one public hospital, which the majority of people here have to visit public hospitals because they don't have the funds to receive care at private hospitals that has an ICU, and the ICU has only about 20 beds. That just blows me away. We definitely take our health care in the U.S. for granted. I'm so much more appreciative of the care that the patients are provided back home after seeing the lack of care that patients receive in Honduras. At the accommodation, I was really surprised by how friendly and welcoming Rafael's family was. I basically made their home my own and I never felt like I was infringing on someone else's home. I always felt accommodated. But I also learned that if you ask the housekeeper nicely and give her a few lempiras, she will allow you to do laundry in the home, which is awesome, so you don't have to lug 10 pounds of laundry down the street to do your laundry. In the country, the most difficult thing that I experienced, again, was the language barrier. I'm brown skinned, so everyone thought I was native, especially after a couple days spent basking in the sun. They would start long conversations with me, and then I would respond, "Lo siento, no hablo mucho español, pero sí poquito," and they'd turn and walk away. Some tips for future volunteers. In terms of clothing, bring lots of changes of clothes. Loose tank tops, t-shirts, and loose shorts and flip-flops is basically what I wore every single day. Bring multiple changes of undergarments. There were days where I changed my undergarments probably 3 times just because I felt so gross and sticky and it was very humid. Also bring a bathing suit. You'll probably end up spending a day rafting in the mountains or at the beach, so you'll want a bathing suit or swim trunks. Bring 2 bath towels if you don't plan on doing a lot of laundry. Also bring a beach towel. Also, I went to the movie theater a few days ago and it was freezing, so I recommend bringing a zip-up hoodie or a fleece if you do plan on attending a movie down here. Also bring 4 or 5 pairs of scrubs. You will definitely need to bring an extra pair of scrubs from home if you were planning on going into the OR to watch surgeries. So definitely bring extra scrubs. It also gets hot in the hospital and in the clinic, so I would definitely advise to bring extra scrubs. Also, I didn't know this and I kind of wish I had brought more donations, but definitely bring donations. I would definitely recommend a stethoscope and a blood pressure cuff. Those are basically the 2 essentials. I also needed gloves, surgical caps, masks, and shoe covers, which some of those items I brought, and so with them Rafael was kind enough to provide for me. I didn't bring much else to the hospitals down here, but next time I come back I will definitely bring more supplies and donations because the hospitals down here rely on the supplies that we bring. The weather, it's super hot down here. I came during the cooler part of the year and it's still 85, 90 degrees every day, so definitely bring clothes that will keep you nice and cool, but at nighttime it does get a little bit cooler. It gets down to 70, so keep that in mind. Other things that volunteers should know is that life is kind of slow down here, so take advantage of it. I love to relax in the hammocks upstairs at Raphael's house, and just it's nice when things are not always go, go, go all the time. Also, take advantage of the hidden gems in Honduras. Yes, there's parts of Ceiba that you'll see most often that will not be the most appealing to the eye, but the Bay Islands are just a ferry right away, and the mountains are just a taxi right away. So definitely take advantage of those. Take an afternoon hike up to the waterfall in the mountains. Spend a weekend partying in Utila or enjoying the gorgeous beaches of Roatan. You will totally regret it if you don't do it, so definitely take time to do that. Another thing that Raphael always told me was that I was the boss every day. He said if you want to, in the afternoon, if you want to rest, or if you want to go to the mountains, or if you want to go swim, I'm good with whatever you want to do. He said you tailor the program to the way that you want to, and get the most out of it the way that you want to, which I really was happy about. So if you do take a couple days off or take an afternoon off here and there to explore and sightsee, it's totally fine. Honduras has a lot to offer, so I definitely think that you guys should definitely take advantage of all the other things out there. The most important thing that I think volunteers should know when they come down here from the U.S. is to show up with an open mind. Yes, you'll be leaving behind many luxuries, friends, family, and the place that you're most comfortable in. Yes, you'll have to step out of the box that you built for yourself at home. But if you come down here with an open mind and are quickly ready to explore the culture, values, and healthcare of this beautiful country, you'll leave here with a different perspective on life and a greater appreciation for all the things that we have at home. I am extremely happy with my decision to volunteer abroad with a broader view. The program is very well organized, despite my decision to come down to Honduras only a month prior to arriving. Sarah and Lynn did a great job answering all the questions I had prior to arrival. They also checked in with me a couple times when I was down here to make sure things were running smoothly. As for the abroad review coordinator, despite falling ill for a few days, he still tried as hard as he could from the second I arrived to the second I left to make me feel comfortable and reassured that I was in good hands. I felt welcome in his home from day one, and I appreciate that the most. The accommodation, meals, and security were all good. I'm one of those people who really just needs a bed, a shower, and a Western toilet while traveling. So I was happy because that's all I really need. The meals were always on time, and I felt extremely well fed during my stay in Honduras. As soon as I thought, man, I'm getting kind of hungry, there was dinner on the table or lunch on the table. Everything was provided right on time, which was awesome. The house is very safe and secure. The neighborhood is very safe, although there's always unpredictable circumstances that can occur. My favorite memory of this trip, there's so many memories, I don't know, I can't pick one. The program, I really enjoyed my time in the OR and watching the surgeries. I also really enjoyed getting to know how healthcare here differs from healthcare back in the U.S. and just to kind of see patients appreciate the care that they receive, even if it's minimal. The country, my favorite memory of the country is probably the time I spent in Roatan and up in the mountains. Both places are so beautiful and so worth returning to Honduras over and over and over again. Communication prior to arriving in Honduras with a broader view was great. I received answers for all my questions within 24 hours, which I appreciate very much, and I thank Sarah and Lynn for all their help. The website information was awesome. I read a lot of testimonials and reviews before I came down here, and I'm very happy that I went with the program that I did. And yes, I'm definitely willing to speak to other potential abroad review volunteers. I actually found Abroad Review through a Google search. I was comparing and contrasting many volunteer organizations, but Abroad Review seemed the most organized, and after reading reviews, I felt that the program in Honduras was geared more towards what I wanted to get out of a volunteering experience, and overall I was very happy with my decision to volunteer with the